Apparently the chicken just drowned. Chicken wasn't very smart, apparently. What's up, agents? Zero here. Welcome back to some more Mega Skyblock 3. This is episode 8, and if you remember, last time we discovered, just as you'd expect from the series, a whole bunch of different islands. Well, actually, not really a whole bunch. We discovered like maybe around 4 or something like that. One of which was a bone island made entirely out of bone blocks and contains a skeleton spawn, which I was actually considering at the end of the last episode being able to convert that island into an actual XP grinder, but I decided I'm not going to end up doing that because I have absolutely no idea how I'm going to convert that single island into a skeleton spawn. Then again, I do have another option. I am still currently working on getting a bunch more cobblestone. As you can see, I've got 3 stacks left before I have a full row. But if we actually were to come back up and go all the way back over to the XP shop. Some of you may remember this. If we come back over here, some of you, as I just mentioned, some of you may remember this. If we have 20 XP, we can get a mob spawn. I'm just going to be saving up XP until I manage to get that far. That's literally all I'm going to end up doing because I think that would be easier than trying to manage to get the skeleton island all the way out there. Obviously that island I was waving at is not it. But I'm going to be saving up the XP to get a next mob spawner. I don't know why I had trouble saying that. Instead of converting the skeleton island into a farm, this episode, I know I spent like 2 minutes explaining what was going on last time, but this episode, I have a few different islands I want to get to. I have like 3 planned already, which is a step up from last episode. This last episode I technically had 2 planned, and I found a few more to go to. Yeah, but I have 3 planned. I want to go to this island over here. I want to go to that island over there behind the island that we actually have connected. So if we come out, there you go, it's right there. And the third island I want to get to, I am debating on whether or not I actually have enough slabs to go to. For those of you who remember the previous 2 seasons, you might know what island I'm gonna go to, even though I'm not actually gonna give hints, so therefore I guess it's really not all that obvious where I'm gonna go to. But there's an island that was there for the previous 2 seasons that had a bunch of materials, and if that's not a big enough hint, then I'm just going to leave whatever island that is a surprise for you guys, because that's just kind of how I want to do things. So, first off, I want to head off to that island right there. So, let's not waste any time. Let's go ahead and get started. And I can only assume that I have enough slabs to get to the first 2 islands. Then I want to get to the 3rd island. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, the 3rd island that I want to go to in this episode, I'm actually going to end up needing my iron pickaxe for some of the stuff that's going on in that island. If that's also another hint as to where I'm going to end up going. Those of you who were here for the previous 2 seasons probably know what I'm talking about at this point. Those of you who don't, again, I'm not really giving any further hints. Okay, so we made it to this island, which the only reason why I wanted to come to this island in particular is because I knew there was a chest here, and I was curious as to what was on this island in this chest. So we've got ourselves some cobwebs. We got ourselves some fish. Not that the fish really matters to me. I mean, I do a lot of fishing in between episodes. Otherwise, I wouldn't have all the salmon. Fishing pole, which Depending on how long it takes for my other fishing rod to break, I may or may not end up... Actually, I'm probably going to end up using it, all things considered. I just don't know how long my other fishing rod is. And a speed 2 potion. And a skyblock saying I am not 100% sure how useful this is going to be, but you know what? I'm going to take it regardless. Alright, so we made it to that first island over there, and I think I've got like, I want to say like around 20 raw fish and like maybe about 40 cooked fish back at home, because usually what I end up doing is I actually end up eating the salmon, because one, they're a lot harder to get, therefore it's a little more rewarding to get. I mean, they're not like as hard as getting like enchanted books or things, but they're a little harder to get than regular fish. And two, when cooked, they actually provide more hunger bars than cooked regular fish. So yeah, that's the main reasons why I do that. Plus fishing, I enjoy fishing. You guys should already know this by now. So yeah, I've got like, oh, I've actually got a lot more fish in my food chest than I thought I did. So yeah, so here's my current fishing rod. I actually ended up making another fishing rod, which I completely forgot about. And so now I've got this fishing pole. This might be a while before I end up using that. It all depends on what's going on. Let's go ahead and put away the speed potion, the cobwebs. So now we're off. Actually, I should probably go ahead and go to sleep. And now that I'm thinking about it, I did not light up the island we were just at, which is something I really should have done, because number one, number one doesn't actually make a difference. What I was about to say is that the number one thing that I was going to say is that I would mark off the fact that I've been there, but this pathway kind of makes it obvious. So I guess that number one doesn't exist. So the number two was that's the most obvious, so that mobs do not end up spawning on this island. And we actually got ourselves some sugarcane growing on this island. I don't necessarily know how soon I'm going to end up using the actual sugarcane itself. Actually, you know what? I might actually end up grabbing at least some of this sugarcane. Just because I have it right here and it's not too hard to get. So if I go ahead and grab this and grab this. Alright, there we go. And I'm actually going to use this sugarcane to maybe make a book in quill, because back at home I have a book of quests that TGC gave to me, and that's all well and good, but I have no really good way of marking off what quests I have done, because the way he did, he signed the book, therefore I can't actually mark off what I've done. Now, whether or not I actually have any ink sacs in order to do that is another question. I mean, I do have chicken friend somewhere over there that spawned. Whether or not he's still there, he might have despawned at this point. I can use that to make the book in quill, and I can in fact get the ink sac from fishing, which some people know about being able to do, some people don't. Alright, so let's go ahead and start off this next platform. So I'm going to do something like this just to start me off. And I'm going to obviously go ahead and go off in this direction. I mean, you guys kind of figured that already, because I already showed you where I'm going to head off to. Let's see, how close are we? Okay, so not only are we a little bit closer to it, but we can actually already see. Actually, if I look further away, see, if I actually put my crosshairs on that island, you can't see. If I look away, it's a lot more visible. Don't understand how that works, but whatever. But yeah, that's the other island that I want to get to in this episode. And as I said before, if you guys remember the previous 2 seasons, you probably remember that island. I already gave a couple of hints as to what's going on in that island, but for those of you who still aren't aware, well, just wait until we get there. So, yeah. Okay, so you're here, water flowing, you feel relaxed. Okay, so we had that situation going on with another island, which we went to a lot earlier, except it was heat related. We had lava going on in that island that we've already been to, and it had the same thing going on. Alright, so let's see what we have going on here. We've got ourselves apparently a chicken deciding he needs to take a swim. Okay, that's interesting. Alright, so I seem to remember there being a chest somewhere buried underneath all this stuff. It says, always look closely. Yeah, I seem to remember if I can swim up, that would be great. There we go. Alright, so I don't actually have any tools on me, but I seem to remember from previous seasons there was a chest somewhere here that apparently the chicken just drowned. Chicken wasn't very smart, apparently. Alright. So, yeah, as I was saying before I heard that chicken, yeah, we've got ourselves a chest under here, which I do remember, as I mentioned, from previous seasons. So we've got ourselves an emerald, not too bad, and we've got ourselves a name tag. Now, I don't necessarily know if I'm gonna end up using that name tag, all things considered, but you know what? The fact that we have it now, I will gladly take it. Alright, so let's go ahead and light the place up. So, actually, do I need to? Because there is glowstone down here. Wouldn't hurt. Alright, so let's go ahead and put down some torches in a few more places just to keep things lit. And yeah, I think we're about ready to make our way over to that island right there. You can definitely make out what it actually is at this point, but I just realized that while I was at home, I did not grab my iron pickaxe, which, as I said earlier, there are materials on that island that I can get, but if iron pickaxe is any indication, well, that just means I'm going to have to get that first. And as I'm making my way back, I just noticed this chest. I was looking around for it earlier, but I couldn't find it. Right, so I definitely do want to go ahead and grab this chest. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to expand this platform by just a little bit for right now. Partially to make it a little bit safer to get onto. So if I go ahead and break down vines, we get ourselves cobwebs, okay, redstone, and we get ourselves a cake. Okay, so that's actually not too bad. We get ourselves a cake, which, if I remember correctly, there should be an achievement somewhere inside of our book that specifically states that we need to get a cake. So I'm going to put the cake away for right now. Let's go ahead and put this in here for right now, and we can go ahead and put away our miscellaneous stuff because we don't need it as of right now. So if I go back inside this chest and I open up, yeah, the quest book, it should say in here, should say somewhere in here, cake is alive. Find or craft a cake. Okay, so the book says the cake is a lie. Yes, so take a look. The book says the cake is a lie, but we can obviously tell it is not. Alright. Alright. So we got that quest done. Actually, all things considered, do we actually have any... No, we do not. I was wondering about my, the fact if we actually had any, ink sacs, and apparently we do not. Not that's a huge problem. I was just kind of curious, but now that we know... Now I know I can't actually end up making a book and quill. Not that's a huge problem. Alright. So now that I've got my iron pickaxe, we're ready to go ahead and go off to this island that you guys saw. If it wasn't obvious as to what it is from what we already saw, and again, those of you who haven't seen previous seasons, I know I've been saying that over and over again, well, I think it should be obvious the fact that I said we needed the iron pickaxe in order to get it. Alright, so let me go ahead and put this back down because I was trying to scroll to my food, and apparently when my hopper went one block over, or one slot over I should say, I did not actually mean to put that slab down. Alright, so yeah. So that over there is the last island I want to get to in this episode. And now that I'm looking at it, I should definitely have enough slabs to make it over there. Because I was wondering, because sometimes I don't always have enough to get where I want to go. But knowing that I do, that's at least good. Or at least I'm hoping I have enough. You know what? All things considered, I think I might have enough to get there. So, I don't even know why I'm second guessing myself, to be completely honest. Alright, I'm actually starting to see the vines of this island, so we're not too far from it for right now. Yeah, we definitely should have enough slabs to make it over there, and because it is now turning nighttime, mobs are going to start spawning in and around this island, so that's not a good sign. So this is going to be very dangerous, all things considered. Hey, Mr. Spider, I don't want to cause you any problems, but I know you're probably going to cause me problems. Oh, never mind, you fell off. Alright, so there we go. First things first, I want to light this place up, and actually it's already lit up just a little bit. Okay, that's good. Okay, so let me go ahead and at least make it a little brighter around the area. And hopefully I can at least get this. Can I not jump up here? There we go. Let me at least get all sides of this lit up so that mobs definitely won't spawn. Because that would be a good thing. I mean, that's always a good thing, making sure mobs don't spawn somewhere. Alright. Okay, so, oh crap, okay, never mind, I got out of the cobweb. Alright, so we've got ourselves, as you can tell, a lot of materials to go through. I mean, a lot of materials. And one thing that I do want to go ahead and do is pick up the... Hold on, can I not get this piece of iron? Come on. So let me see if I can get... Maybe I can get this... maybe? Hold on, what I did is I did that, there we go. I mean, that doesn't look great, but that works. So, let me do the same thing, maybe I can do the same thing here. Maybe not. Alright, you know what, I guess that's okay. Yeah, I definitely can't do that for whatever reason. Okay, so let's go ahead and pick up... Hopefully, yeah, we did get our diamond good. And let's go ahead and pick up this diamond. There we go. Just give myself a little bit of redstone, because why not? And I guess there's really no reason I can't pick up these materials while I'm on this island. I mean, really. I mean, I'm here. Why can't I get these materials? Alright, so I'm going to have to actually dig down like this in order to get over here. And if I could figure out a way to get this iron ore, that would be great. Really? Am I not allowed to get this piece of iron ore? Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe if I go ahead and give this a piece of cobblestone. There we go, that works. Okay, we've got ourselves that. So, yeah, I think that's literally all I want to do in this episode. We got ourselves... Crap, I did not mean to get into that cobweb. So let me go ahead and patch up... Okay, apparently I can't patch up all these holes. You know what? That does make a little bit of sense. Let me at least try, and I literally just jumped into the cobweb again. That is not good. Okay, so other than the fact that we've got a few holes in the ground, I mean, the cave itself doesn't look all too bad, and that is literally all I wanted to do in this episode. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you did, make sure that like button. One more, make sure that subscribe button for future content. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at AgentCPU0 to stay updated. This is Mizzou Stews. Thank you guys for watching, and with that, I will see you guys later.